Manchester United moved sixth on the Premier League table following their convincing 4-1 victory against Wolverhampton Wanderers. At halftime, it was 1-all, following Bruno Fernandes and Belgrade's goals that had cancelled out, the opener for Man United to make it 1-all at halftime. But in the second half, Man United made all the difference. They could have even scored more. It could have ended 7-1 or with that, without even needing the penalty that they scored in the 82nd minute through Bruno Fernandes, with Brandon Boma and Mason Mount, the others on target for the Red Devils. It was a beautiful performance overall from Manchester United against the worst team in the Premier League, not just in recent games, but all throughout the campaign, having managed only 2 draws after now 15 games, meaning they've lost 13 games. A change in the managerial ranks with the exit of Vitor Pereira and the coming in of Rob Edwards has not changed much their fortunes at Mourinho. They continue to struggle for results. And for Manchester United, the objective was one, win your game, go equivalent on points with Chelsea, who are 5th on the Premier League standings and only just a point off of the top 4, which means UEFA Champions League football as of now is still well within sight for Manchester United. It is only Manchester United that will stand in their own way of achieving at least a European place in as far as this season is concerned. As far as at Football Tribe UG we are concerned, we did predict that they will finish 7th on the Premier League table. But as things stand, mathematically, they are capable of finishing even higher than that, because it's not so far off if you're only 5 points behind a third place Aston Villa in terms of the league standings. However, it will be about their consistency that will determine on whether they can get there. But on another given day, that starting 11 against Wolverhampton Wanderers could have struggled defensively, because I did not think that starting Aiden Heaven at the pivot of the back 3 was the smartest of decisions for Ruben Amorim. But however, he is the manager and we will leave the technicalities to him. Otherwise, for me, I always think on any given day, Lenny Yoro should be ahead of the likes of Aiden Heaven, of course, in the absence of Harry Maguire, and bearing in mind that Lisandro Martinez just did return from a very, very long-term injury. So rushing him into, playing a lot of minutes would not be a wise decision. But at the end of the day, it's the victory that matters the most, that they collected all 3 points following, a last, a few spell of disappointing results that included a loss to Everton before their victory against, Crystal Palace, and then a 1-all draw against West Ham United at Old Trafford. Do let me know what your thoughts were on that Manchester United performance and where you think they will eventually finish in as far as the Premier League table is concerned this season.